Hello everyone and welcome to my stamp studio. Tonight is Stampin' Fun and More. Yes, I changed it from yesterday. Thank you all for appreciating that and being so kind as letting me to switch. I had dinner with some friends. We tried to go together out to dinner for, our birthdays. There's 7 of us, so we tried to get together and go out for birthday dinner, and we missed we missed May through July birthdays. Yes, things just got hectic, in the summer we just get really busy, and so we don't always get together. So we try to really make sure we can, and everyone was available for last night, so I wanted to switch my Stampin' Fun and More so that I could spend some time with them. It's been a while. Oh, we had a great dinner. We laughed really hard. Oh my gosh. Our friend Amy, she is just such a hoot. Oh, she had me rolling. I almost peed my pants. I'm telling you, she is so funny. So, yeah, we had a great time, great dinner. In fact, I even had my leftovers for lunch today. So, yeah, tonight we're going to be doing handmade treats. It is a cute set. It is great for your cookie exchanges. So if you're doing a cookie exchange, you know what? Make your little recipe card. Make a little card for them with this stamp set. Oh, it's too cute. Wait till you see these cards. You're going to love them. You can get tonight's class free when you place a $35 order in my online store. Or you can order just the kit for $35. But hey, why not get some product and the kit for free? I will ship you the kit for free. I don't charge for that. When you place your order. Oh, sorry, I had a piece of hair on my mouth. It's still there. If you place a $50 order, I'll throw in an embellishment with that. And yeah, you'll have it in time for, I don't know, some crafting coming up really soon. I will, this offer ends, this class will be available from tonight through Tuesday. So Tuesday is your last day to get it. I will put a post out there on Facebook. I will put it in the description of the YouTube video. So if you're watching on YouTube, you can see it there. I'll list all the products that we used. It'll take me just a little bit to write it up. I forgot to write it up. Yeah, so I hope you enjoy these cards. They're a lot of fun. I know a lot of people have been working with this stamp set. I actually am going to be doing a cookie exchange Thanksgiving weekend. Or no, I'm sorry, the first Saturday in December. And I'm doing that at my home. So I'm going to invite people over for a cookie exchange. And then they're going to make a cookie recipe book using this stamp set and dies. So it's going to be really cute. I'm halfway done with the book so I can take my pictures and get everything marketed. I'm hoping to have it out this weekend. So if you're interested, now, if you aren't local to me and can't make a cookie exchange, you can still get the class. So I will be offering it as a class to go. So I'll send it to you in the mail. Yeah, I'll have to send it before the cookie exchange so you have it. You'll get a PDF tutorial with it so you know how to put everything together. My registration will be also in the comments and in the description of the YouTube video. Like I said, it'll be over this weekend, then I end up putting it in there. So if you're on my email list, you will get an email on it. So make sure you're on my email list because you won't want to miss out on this one. It is really cute, let me say. And you get your paper. Everything's cut for you. Everything's scored for you. Everything's die cut with the exception of this. This is the stuff that you'll be stamping and die cutting. If you're at my home, then you'll be using mine, or you can order your own set and have your own set so you don't have to share. Some people don't want to wait around for other people to finish. So yeah, sometimes they order their own sets. If you are ordering it to be a class to go, then that will have to be in your order. I mean, you can add it to your order. I'm sorry, you have to have it. So if you're a demonstrator and just want my class, you can do that. If you're, someone who has another demonstrator that you order from, you can still get my class and order your stamp set and dies from your demonstrator. Totally fine. I'm okay with all that. All right, and let's get going here. All right, what do I want to do first? I don't know what I want to do first. I'm going to put my camera down. So if you get dizzy, close your eyes. Oh, I almost clicked finish. Finish is not what I want to do. Let me see my hands in there. Hold on. My face was in there now too. Okay. There we go. So now my desktop is showing. I just need to get over on my computer here and make sure I can see that I am live. Let me refresh my screen here. If you're joining me, please say hello. Let me know, do you have trick-or-treaters tonight? Are you going trick-or-treating and maybe just watching the replay? Our neighborhood trick-or-treat starts in 8 minutes. However, I had thought I was going to be doing something with my grandchildren, and so I didn't plan, and I didn't go and get any candy because I didn't think I was going to be home. So I had to put out a chair or two in front of the house saying, sorry, no candy. I do apologize. I'd much rather be here with all of you anyways. You know, I end up buying so much candy and then we don't have any trick-or-treaters. Or if I don't buy enough candy, I run out. So I'm like, I'm just not doing it this year. I'm not going to do it. So I'm going to be up here stamping away. All right, so your kit is going to look something like this. You're going to have a cute little label on there. It's going to tell you what the class is, when we did the class, and where you can watch the video at. So that will be sent to you. You do get 2 of each card, so don't worry about that. And I will be sharing all the bits and pieces that you will get in your kit. Now, you get 2 of each of them. I've already done my one project, so that's why I have one completed and one finished. You're going to get all unfinished. You'll have to do them yourself. You're going to get a half a sheet of basic white cardstock. This is for your stamping, okay? You may want to look at your projects and see what all is needed to be stamped so you can stamp it all at one time and die cut everything all at one time. It makes it a little faster to do your cards. I am going to go through step by step and do them as we make the cards. So our first card here, we're going to be using our, and I don't even remember what this is called. It's note cards, Christmas mix and match cards, Christmas greetings, mix and match, specialty cards and envelopes. So what it is, you're going to get 2 of each of these. You get this card right here. So it's a larger card than normal and a matching envelope. All right, so you get 2 of each of those. I'm not going to cut this one up because I've already done that piece. What I started with is I just cut this one in half. So there's a score line there. I just cut it in half. And so then I had my half here. And then from there, I went ahead and, I didn't have any of my measurements written down. Oh my. I mean, I have them in my tutorials. I don't have them next to me. I didn't print that tutorial. Which card are we making? This one. Okay, so I don't know if this isn't the right one. Hold on. I gotta go back and see which one I did here. I think it's this one. Yes, okay. Because I need to know some of those instructions to share with you. So I cut it in half, and then from this half, I cut this down to be 2 inches by, sorry, that's not this one. This one is 2 1/4 by 3 1/4. Let me just read my scribble here. I lied. So this piece here is 3 inches by 4 1/4. So basically I cut this one in half. It's a little bit less than half, so you can see. All right. So this is, again, 3 by 4 1/4. If you get to class, you'll be getting all the measurements in a tutorial. All right, so I'll pull up my pieces here. So I've got my envelope. I am going to be using my envelope right now. Let's move this piece out of the way. Move this piece out of the way. In here, you have 2 dies cut from the branching out dies. So it's a garden green and very red, real red. I'll have that done for you. So those pieces will be cut for you. You're going to have some ribbon. And I will put in the ribbon for you. It'll be about, I don't remember what the length of the ribbon is. We'll measure it when we get there. But this is the little card that we're making. So then on the inside, when you open this up, you've got a cute little card. We're going to put something right here. I didn't do it on my sample, but then you have a little card that sides out. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how I did this. So what I've done is I've taken my envelope. All right. And what I'm going to do here, I'm going to fold it in half. All right, so just fold your envelope right in half. Get out your bone folder. You want to have this really nice and smooth. Your crease nice and smooth. All right, so let's see. Get my bone folder out here. All right, just like that. Easy peasy so far, right? Then we're going to take this and cut this in half. So let's see, grab my scissors here. So I'm just going to cut where I scored this, right down that score line. All right. And then I'm going to, on my left side, I'm going to fold this over, and I'm just going to, you can either seal it or you can put your adhesive on it. I'm going to go ahead and put my adhesive on it. Or if you want to lick it closed. Totally up to you, whatever floats your boat. So now we have a piece like this, all right? Now we don't need this excess piece, so I'm just going to trim that piece off. I just need to see where my line is here. I'm going to actually go this side and trim it so I can see where that is. You can use your trimmer also. There we go. All right, you can save that or throw it away. Okay, so now we have this like this. The next thing that we're going to need to do is let's go ahead and put our ribbon on. Oh, actually, I'm going to put my designer series paper, then my ribbon. All right, so now I need to just go back and make sure that this is folded nice. So I'm going to go back with my bone folder again. I want to make sure it's nice and flat, so it's easier for me to work with. Now I'm going to take my designer series paper, which was 3 by 4 1/4, and I'll put that right on the front of this envelope. You can do this with smaller envelopes too. It works for a little gift card, but these larger mix and match envelopes, this works much better with those. Or if you have a 5 by 7 envelope, I believe that's what those are. So put this right on the front, just like so. All right. Next, we're going to take a ribbon. Now, this is shimmery on one side and kind of dull on the other side. So when you're tying this ribbon, you need to make sure that, let's see, let's go ahead and trim it right here. Oop, well, this is not my ribbon scissors. I'm going to just measure this really quick so you know about how much ribbon you'll need. About between 20 and 24 inches. This was 22 inches. Depends on how big you tie your bows. All right. So now, I'm just going to get this tied. Now, the trick with this is you want to have your shiny side up. So this gets a little awkward to tie. So to help me out, I am bringing in my handy dandy little tool that comes in our embossing accessories kit, our little reverse tweezers here. I'm going to just hold that. All right, so now I've got my shiny side up to form one side of my bow, and then this is my other side, so I'm going to wrap that around. Now, when I come through, I do need to twist this a little bit so that when it comes through, it will come through on the shiny side. So my bow will be shiny on both sides, right? Like so. So probably about 20 inches is good. I like mine a little bit longer. So when they're opening and closing this, the ribbon stays nice. So let's just trim my ends with a nice sharp scissors. And then this side here, just twist your ribbon. All right. So that is our shiny real red ribbon. Okie dokie. Now, just put my tools back in their place so I don't lose them. Oh, I had something that's not in place. That doesn't belong there. Okay. Next, we're going to take our two labels that we have here and we're going to adhere them together. Just like so. Okay, oh well, didn't layer very well in there. Didn't layer nicely, did I? All right, let me try that again. I tell you, I put these Halloween nails on to be fun, and they've been nothing but a pain. Like, I can't do anything with them. All right, like I'm trying to get this laid on nice and even, and preventing me from doing so. Okay, let's get back over here because I want to make sure I see your comments. Well, hello, Beth. There's a weird dog ad in the middle of the screen. I don't know. I don't see that. Let me go back and view my pages. Not me. No, I don't. I think you're the only one seeing it. I don't see it. Okay. All right. Let me get back to my live here. There we go. All right. So, do you have a lot of trick-or-treaters in your neighborhood? Like I said, it varies, and I don't know. I just get tired of buying all this candy and having it at my house, because then I'm going to eat it. And you know what? I don't need the candy. I even one year bought the candy I don't like and I don't eat, and I still ate it. All right. We're going to end up putting this on the front of our card, just like so. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put some dimensionals on here. Key to this is I want to move my bow a little bit more off to the side, and I'm going to start with my dimensional right on my bow. All right, and then I'll do my four corners. Reason I'm doing that is so my bow stays in place. I don't have to, you know, have a glue anywhere else for it. This will keep it in place. All right, take that little sticker off. We'll tug our bow a little bit later. And I'm going to put this just at a very slight angle. Right? This would be a great gift card holder for the baker in your life. Maybe you don't know what to get him or her, and you could actually give them this, and they would have whatever they wanted. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my scrap piece of paper. You'll have a little scrap of white in your... This I still need for the inside. You'll have a little scrap of white. It'll be a little bit bigger than this. I don't know what I did with my piece. Let me show you the stamp pads that we're using, the colors that we're using. We're going to be using Real Red, Pumpkin, Pecan Pie, Garden Green, Crumb Cake, and Pool Party for our cards tonight. So for this card, I need Pool Party and Real Red. I'll probably end up pulling in another color in just a minute. And I need my stamp set and my chamois to clean. So let's move some things back out of my way. All right. So we'll start with our Real Red here. Oh, I don't need that open yet. I need my stamp. I can't do anything without my stamps. All right, let me show you these awesome dies since I just opened my stamp set. I always put my dies inside my stamp set. So you get 2 little gingerbreads, 2 peppermints, 2 little Santa hats, a rolling pin, an icing decorating bag, a little, what do you call this? Glove, mitt, oven mitt. Yeah, that's what I mean. And then this right here, this blob, is for the rolled out cookie dough. So we're going to use that also on one of the cards. All right, but for right now, all I'm going to need is my little oven mitt. And actually, I'm going to put I usually have a piece of magnetic sheet up at the top of my workstation here, because what I do is I throw this on there so it stays in place and I don't lose them all over my desktop, because I do lose my things on my desktop. All right, so we're going to take the 'Tis the Season for baking. We're going to grab a block here. Go ahead and ink this up. Now, I have not inked my stamp pads since I did my craft along. So, I kind of have to go all over because it's not really inky. All right. So there we go. Actually, you could have done it on this half sheet. We'll be using the half sheet in just a second. I'll close this up. I'm going to bring in my snips again here. And I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut this out. Let's get this clean before I put my arm in it. Right before the video, I was picking up everything so I could have a nice clean desktop And once you know, it's already a hot mess. I tell you. Crafting is just a reason for making a mess. Kind of like baking, you know, when you're baking, you get flour everywhere. I actually, my family was not very much in the Christmas spirit last year. It was a kind of a challenge for us. There was just so much going on in the family that I didn't make cookies. My son didn't decorate his house. I struggled with even decorating the house. It was a rough year. But this year, I have decided I am going all out. That's why I'm having the cookie exchange. All right, so I just fussy cut around my sentiment here. And I'm going to put this up on dimensionals right on the front. Now, I'm using a mixture of dimensionals. Oh, well, look, I have 2 large. Normally, that doesn't happen for me. I'm going to take my mini dimensionals and my large dimensionals. So I'll be going back and forth from which ones I use. You can always just cut your large ones in half. Totally up to you, but I'm going to be mixing and matching today. I like to do that. So I always have a set of minis and a set of... Oh, that got stuck on my hand. See, that's what the thing about these nails. I need my other sheet here. I know I have a mini sheet. Nope. So now I keep finding all the full ones. What the heck? Those are the ones that are a little bit thicker. I think they're from something else. So I'm hoping that it's not going to stick up too far. Jeez Louise. Okay. Again, these nails are... I thought they were really fun because they glow in the dark. So I really wanted to use them. So, in a minute, when I'm done at the end, if I remember, I will turn off the lights and you can see my glow in the dark nails. I was in bed last night and I kept seeing like flickers of light. I'm like, what is going on? Where is this light coming from? It was my nails. Okay, so we're going to grab our half sheet back in and our pool party ribbon, pool party ink. Oh my gosh. You know, and I wasn't in a lot of meetings today. I wasn't chit-chatting a lot today, so I don't know why I can't find my words. I don't know. Maybe it's just getting older and having challenges with that. You know what? It's not even like late in the day. I just challenge with words in general. All right. I think because I talk to myself so much. Okay. All right. Let me see. I want to grab my mouse here. So my comments keep disappearing. So I want to make sure I see it. All right. There we go. But there was probably some ad or something that popped up on your screen. I don't know. There is this one radio commercial. I just can't stand it. It's like Rocket Dog, blah, blah, blah. And I hate it. It just, I can't stand the music they have. And it's so obnoxious. Every time it turns on, I have to turn off my radio. And then I'm driving. I'm like, why is my radio off? Duh, because you turn it off. All right, so I've got those two. It's okay if I have a little bit of shadow. You know, I'm going to be die cutting this anyways, so it's not going to matter. It's not going to be seen. All right. Okay, public service announcement. Stampin' Up! Has announced that they're going to be phasing out their red rubber. So, if you have red rubber stamps and you do like to use them and want to keep them clean, make sure you order your stamping mist and your scrub so that you can clean them. While this is great for quick cleaning, I really do recommend using this guy here to do your cleaning with your red rubber stamps. It just gets them, I don't know, I feel like it gets it cleaner. And the stamping mist here. So order these before they disappear because you know it's going to. Since they're going to be discontinuing that, it's going to happen. So I don't want you to be in shock when that happens. And I do have a sample of the new stamps and dies, so I can show you that after. Okay, now we've got those two cut out. Now I need something for the inside of my card. I shouldn't have tied that shut yet. Okay. I am looking for the envelope I had, and don't know where it went. Okay, so I'll just cut another piece. We're going to cut a piece of a real red here. And again, this is going to be our, you know what we're going to do? I lied. We're going to take the other half that we have here. So when you first have this, cut 2 pieces that are 3 by 4 1/4. Right, you still have your whole other half there. All right. Because we're going to use this on the inside as well. I really feel like I just needed to decorate this part right here. I really wanted that decorated. So, because that way I'm hiding this, but I still have this. All right. So what we'll do is we're going to take this piece here. Before we adhere it on, I am going to take my circle punch and I'm just going to cut out a little notch there. So it doesn't matter which size circle punch you use. I have my 1 7/8 handy dandy right here because I used it on another project. So I'm just going to slide this in. I'm going to try and center that, and I'm just going to put a little, okay? Don't go real far. You just want a little notch, okay? That way, that will still cover that little piece of envelope that was there. It was kind of obnoxious. And this way they can slide in and out the card. So let's go ahead and do that. Oh, I guess I'll untie the other one. Jeez Louise. Since this is the one we're working on. It was such a pretty bow. It turned out so nice. Okay, here we go. All right, so we have this piece. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, I don't want to adhere it down up on top, maybe just right here. But when I put this on, if I adhere that down, I'm not going to be able to slide my card, my little insert card in there, out. So best thing to do is just go ahead and do it on here. So don't go all the way the entire length, because remember, this is just a tad shorter than that. I do want to get the tab kind of up here. I'm going to actually do this piece right here. Just like that. All right, so now I'm going to put this on. There we go. Oh, not quite straight. Come on. Oh, come on. Don't tear. Don't tear. Now, if you did that and your stuff really stuck well, get some dental floss and kind of wedge it between the 2 pieces of paper, kind of like, you know, you do your teeth. And this is worse. Oh, these nails, I've got to go. That's it. Can't stand it anymore. All right, so then I have a piece of basic white here. Now this basic white is already cut for you. You'll have it to size, but this is 3 by 4 1/4, just like that one is, and I'm going to be able to slide it in and out. To make it easier on myself to slide it in and out, I am just going to take a little snippet of my ribbon. So before I actually cut that out, before I cut it from when I was tying in front, I'm just going to cut one little piece here. Right, and I'm going to take that. We're just going to fold it in half. If I can do with these nails. Then I'm just going to take my stapler and I'm going to staple that right on there. Okay. So we're going to just take her. I'll hold it right there like that. Slide my stapler in. Try to get it straight. And just staple it just like that. Okay. Now you can buy colored staples. I don't even know what color I have in there right now. I change it around all the time. Okay, so now let's finish decorating. Okay, I have to redo this. It's just not. It's not working for me here. I need to put a little bit more adhesive on the bottom. There. Okay, now it's kind of in place. All right. We're going to take this piece here. We're going to close that. We're going to pull in our pecan pie. I told you I was going to pull in one more color. And we're going to take the cutest little gingerbread man ever. We're going to take him and stamp him along the bottom. So I got my little gingerbread man. And then I want a sentiment. So I'm doing from our kitchen to yours. Oh, no, it's from the kitchen of. So I'm using from the kitchen of and a little gingerbread man. Now, if you don't want to use gingerbread man, use, I don't know, use the candy canes. Totally up to you. All right, so I'm just going to 1, 2, 3, and we're just going to do 4 of them here. 4. Okay, I got a little messy, but that's all right. Where is my cleaner? All right, I will just leave that on there because I'm sure I'll be using it again. I'm going to put my punch away. That's when you first said something about the dog. I thought you were like meant like Cooper was somewhere there. I'm like, what? How did he get there? I don't see him here. All right. And, you know, even just this piece that I'm doing right now, it would make a cute... Oh, I just put my hand in my ink. It would make a cute little tag if you're, you know, gifting out Christmas cookies. I know one of our friends, she makes tons and tons and tons of dozens of cookies, and she gives them as gifts. She makes all different kinds. They're very yummy. But yeah, so that would be super cute to have on your little bag of cookies, your little box of cookies, your little tins. How cute would that be, right? All right, so in the meantime, though, we are going to use it inside of our card right here. So I'm just going to slide it in. And I'm going just like that. Now, we do need to put a couple more things on here. So let's get our... I'm going to stamp 2 more. You know what? We're going to change it up. I'm going to grab my pecan pie. Again, I'm going rogue on myself. Funny story. When I was putting my label on, I was like, wow, this is really cool because the label and the shape of the rolling pin are all the same. So it doesn't matter which way you put your sticker. It actually does. So you see this little squiggle here? Yeah, when I put my label on, I put my squiggle over there. It should be over here. I'm like, oh, for Pete's sake. But I'm just going to endure and carry on. And we're just going to just do our little stamp right there. And I'm thinking that I want to use my, I really do want to use this one. So I'm going to take it right now and we're going to stamp it and we'll see if we actually like it. Okay, we're going to use our crumb cake. Okay, let's get these die cut out. So I am just going to trim my paper down. Normally I would probably take this through my large die cut machine all at one time. But since I'm just doing the stamping that we need at the moment, I'm just going to use my small die cut machine. So let's pour them in. I think the best thing about dies is it's like magic when you go through and your stuff is all cut and it's all pretty and you didn't have to fussy cut it. Yeah, it's magic. I'm kind of addicted to buying the dies if they match the stamp set. And I'm kind of disappointed when my stamp set doesn't have dies. But, you know, I get over it. Like the Stay Warm stamp set, love that stamp set. It doesn't have any dies to cut out the sweaters. But you know what? The sweater is actually pretty easy to cut out. So, my other goal for this weekend is to design some cards with Snowflake Kisses and Stay Warm. I love the Snowflake Kisses stamp set. I think that's my favorite sentiment set for the winter here. And I'm saying winter because it's not just the holidays. I mean, the stamp set has all different greetings in there. I am going to usually use it on one of the cards tonight. So I'll show you. Here it is. Oh, well, that one cut pretty terribly. Let's see if we can just redo this one. You know what? I'll just use that piece that I had before. And my die kind of bounced around. I don't like how it cut out. You know what? I can just trim it down. Let's just see. Let's see if we can get it die cut a little better. All right. So I've got my rolling pin. I've got one of my mitts. And let's just take this piece off. Let's try it again. Good thing you have a half sheet of white cardstock. Because if you make mistakes, you'll have enough. You'll have enough extra. But this happened to be the part of the envelope that I'm using. I thought, hey, it's sitting right there. All right. Okay, cross our fingers that turns out better. Otherwise, I'll fussy cut it. My bottom plate is really worn and well loved, so a lot of times dies will hop around on that. So keep that in mind if you're using a very well loved plate. You may have to get a new one at some point. And yes, you do. All right, so we got those done. All right, so what else did I want to chat with you about? Oh, today is the very last day to get the starter kit for $35. Best deal Stampin' Up! Has ever had. So for $35, you can get $125 worth of product of your choice. And then you get a 20% discount to use for until March. Right? And then in March, you just decide, do I want to still use a 20% discount or do I want to stop? You'll get my support. I do offer my team tutorials and meetings and a creative challenge, business challenge, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to make of it. I offer that support. And also, I am part of a larger team called the Rubber Queens. It's by Rhonda Wade, so you'll be a part of her team as well. The best part, though, is when you're part of my team, you get my you get more one-on-one attention from me. So any kind of support that you need, I'll be here for. All right, we're going to go ahead and put our little, what do you call these? Oven mitts on the front of our card. So I'm just going to have one this way. I'm going to pop this one up on some dimensionals. But yeah, so $35, you get $125 for free. Come on. Best deal ever. And then, like I said, until March, you can shop and get 20% off whatever you decide to purchase until March. So really great deal. All right, so we've got that side done. Now we just need to get our inside done. I'm just going to take this and my little rolling pin, and I'm just going to put that right on the inside, just like that. And I'm just going to tape it, put my seal here. Put my seal down right here. And I just got stuff on my table. Let me just get my eraser here and I'll have to get that cleaned up. Oh, that made it worse. All right. And I'll use this. Put our little rolling pin right there. Okay. All right, so that is card one. Let's get this tied really quick now. Ooh, I told my son I'd be done early. All right, I'm just going to tie this just however, just because I'm in a bit of a hurry here. All right. Okay. Card one done. Let me put it back in its contents. Now, we still had part of our card left. Oh, I forgot to put my insert back in my original card. We still have half that card left. We'll be using that for another card. So this other half sheet that you have, save it. We're going to be using this piece. All right. I'm just going to get these out of the way. All right, let's get going here. I need to kick it up into high gear here. All right, next card. Now, again, I have all my little bits and pieces here already kind of done. So this, what happened to my finished card? Okay, well, I don't know where my finished card went. So let's put that one in there and we'll just do it. All right, so I have a piece of real red, 8.5 by 5.5, folded in half. I've got a piece of basic white, 4 by 5 1/4 for the inside of my card. I have a piece of garden green, and this one measures, oh, what does it measure? It measures, do I have it written down here? No, I don't. Okay, we'll just measure it right now. So my white is going to be 4 1/4 by, oh, that's what it was I have on my extra sheet, 3 1/4. And then my garden green is 4 3/8 by 3 3/8. Okay, so I just have a tiny little bit of a layer around there. Don't adhere these two yet because we need to do something. This piece doesn't look, well, I guess it is. Okay. Before we actually adhere these two together, what we're going to do is we're going to take that one strip that we have and we're going to cut 2 inches. All right. So you have this half sheet. So this is a chunk that I had left over. So all I'm going to do is just cut a 2-inch wide strip. So this is already 4 1/4. So let's just go here and make a 2-inch strip. If it's a little smaller, that's fine too. You know, if you want to make your strip a little smaller, you can. All right, and we're just going to put this right on here. It's just going to go right across the bottom. And then we'll adhere our white layer to our garden green. All right. And then we're going to be putting this layer up on top of our real red using dimensionals. But I want to add a little bit to this. So we need to grab our piece of white cardstock that we're using for stamping. And I'm going to, what am I going to do here? All right. I need a little tag. So this piece I had forgotten to do. This will be included in your kit. You don't have to worry about it. I just need a piece of crumb cake here, which is down below. That's why I forgot to grab it. It's way underneath my desk. Crumb cake, where are you? Where is it? I already have it. This is probably why I didn't do it before, because I couldn't find where I put my crumb cake. All right, well, that's it. Sorry, I don't know what I did with my paper. And oh, way in the back. That's what it is. Okay. All right. Alright, we'll just grab this piece right here. And I'm going to grab a label. And where's my label from my stylish, not my stylish shape, my nested shapes. I haven't used my nested shapes in a while, so I really wanted to use it tonight. Now, this stamp set is also the feature of my November card club. You have until the 19th of November to sign up for club. So you're getting 4 cards tonight, but you'll be getting 4 more cards, card ideas in club. So club is you get a total of 8 cards, 2 of each design. And we're going to take, I'm just going to do this all in one fell swoop here. I'm going to stamp, and then I'll go ahead and die cut that. Well, maybe I'll just die cut it right now. Hope to use my die cut this. Again, you will have this piece in your envelope. So I'm going to do 2 right away so I can put it in the envelope so I remember. Because sometimes I forgot. It happens. I just thought this was the cutest thing. Now, I found this idea over on Pinterest, and I don't know that I know the person's name. Oh, yeah, you know what? I do know who this is. This is actually from Melissa Faust. I do actually get to attend events with her. She's really cute. But yeah, I love this idea from her, and I just thought it was so cute. And I'll show you what part of it that I love. So let's see, I got my stamps. I'm going to do 'Tis the Season for Baking, which I think I already have out. Right? I had that out. There it is. Right there. With our crumb cake. You know what? I have pecan pie. We're going to use pecan pie. So I've got my 'Tis the Season for Baking, and crumb cake was right there in front of me. All right. That's okay. Just pops out a little bit better. All right. Now, I'm going to be putting that right here. So I'm going to just put it off to the side a little bit. But what I want to do on my scrap paper here, not my scrap paper, but my basic white, I'm going to bring back in my little oven mitt. Stamp it in my Granny Apple Green. Doot. Then I'm going to bring in my candy canes, which I haven't used yet. So let's go back over my case here and grab my candy canes out. And I should have a small block right here. Let's just pick that up with this. We'll get our real red out. And I'm going to stamp a couple candy canes. This is where I was saying, you know, go ahead and do your stamping ahead of time, because that way it's just easier to do later. All right, and the last thing I need is, well, it's faster, I should say, when you're assembling your card, my gingerbread man. All right, so we'll just stamp him right here. No, we'll just put it right here. No, I'm just thinking about when I'm running through a die cut machine, I want to have more room. All right. So again, I'm going to need to cut this piece. And we'll just cut it in strips because two. There they are. I was like, what did I do with my things? Okay, so I've got this. And I need our little candy cane. And I've got 2 candy canes. I should have really stamped 2 of my gingerbread right away, but I didn't. All right, so 2 candy canes, a gingerbread man, and my oven mitt. It's going to be cute. It's really worth the wait. You're going to like it. You know, and I am not even a fan of gingerbread. I do not eat gingerbread cookies. Don't like them. I don't know why, but I adore gingerbread cookie, like, stamps and all that stuff. But yeah, as far as like eating them, no. Gingerbread houses, yeah, don't have the patience to build one nor eat one. I like ginger snaps though. Well, we call them ginger snaps. They're actually molasses cookies. My grandmother always called them ginger snaps, so that's what we call them. And I took them over to a friend one time, and she's like, these aren't ginger snaps, these are molasses cookies. I'm like, well, I call them ginger snaps. You can call them whatever you want. All right, so now I've got my little oven mitt, right? So then I'm going to take my gingerbread man, I'm going to put him in there. I'm going to put one of my candy canes right behind him. So let's just get this layered right now. So we've got our gingerbread. I'm going to just take some of my adhesive. I'm going to run it across the top of my oven mitt here. And then I'm going to start sliding these in. So I'll put one here. And I'm going to put this one kind of hiding behind because it got a little shimmery when I was running it through the die cut machine. All right, so I'll put this one up here. And now I have one more candy cane that I'm going to put right here, just like that. Isn't that cute? I just think it's so cute. All right, now to keep everything in place, I'm going to actually be adding dimensionals. Okay, let's get our mini dimensionals as soon as that stops sticking to my finger. And 2. Okay, I think I'm going to have to use my take a pick tool to do this because it's just not working for me. Like, I don't know why it's sticking to my fingers versus sticking to where I'm trying to go. All right, take a pick tool. Where'd you go? All right, let's use some big ones here. 1, 2. All right. So we're going to put that right here. What I'm going to do is, before I put them down, now, you'll need your own ribbon to do this. For me to be able to economically send all this, I can't send a lot of ribbon. I'm going to grab my black and gold, gold and white ribbon twine. It's a little combo pack. And I'm going to grab this one right here. Oh, whoa. I accidentally grabbed my cord here. Hold on. Sorry. Hope everything is still in frame. I'll see you in a minute. All right. And I'm going to wrap this around twice here. 1, 2. 1, 2. Buckle my shoe. Sorry. I was listening to children's tunes, toddler tunes, when I was driving the kids this morning. So their little songs stuck in my head. Do you remember This Old Man? Yep, that was one of them that played. I'm like, I used to sing that all the time when I was a little girl. Yeah, and I had totally forgotten the words until I started hearing it. I'm like, oh, I know these words. Because I'm always trying to think of a cute little song to sing with them, whether I'm singing them to sleep or we're just playing around. All right, so I have a nice funky little bow there. Now I can come back in, add my little guy there. Okay, I'm going to take our, might as well get this added on right away. Let's just move that down a little bit. Let's spread that out. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Oh. I think I can crank the next 2 cards out in like 15 minutes. All right. For some reason, this card just seems much bigger than a normal size card. Like I didn't cut it right. That's because I didn't cut it right. Hold, please. I need to trim that down. I kept looking at it going, why is that so much bigger than the other one was? Yeah, it was like a 1/4 inch bigger. Okay. Well, now that my trimmer is all yucky, all right, I'm going to make it a tad smaller. I didn't cut straight. Okay, we're scrapping this one. I've got another one in the envelope, so here we go. This one was cut right. I don't know why that first one wasn't. Put this back in your envelopes. You'll get envelopes with your class. All right, that looks much better. I just couldn't figure it out. And then I'm going to pop this up on dimensionals as well. When I put this piece on dimensionals, I want to make sure that my dimensionals are above and below my little baker's twine there. All right, so we're going to go ahead and grab those. it just sits funny if it's sitting on a baker's twine. All right, there we go. How cute is that? And I've been forgetting to put embellishments on. So we're going to bring our first 2 cards back in. Now, I've been playing around with different embellishments. I was using these delightful decorative dots. I was using the little stars. And then I'm like, you know what? I really just want to use the peppermints. So I'm going to go back through and use my peppermints. On one of my cards, though, I'm going to use 2 different kinds of embellishments. So let's just add some peppermints here. I just feel like these are just so fun and cute. And they're pretty flat, actually. So we got little peppermints there. And let's go ahead and add some on here. So I'm going to put one down here. And another one maybe over here. And I like using all the different sizes. Let's see. Kind of like one right on there. And you can add more if you want. So that's that card. All right, let's move on to our next card here. Oh, I didn't do the inside. Okay, well, I'm not doing the inside there just for the sake of time. It's running really late. So, do we do this one yet? Is this my next one? No. All right, here's my next one. All right. Ooh, now I've got all my bits and pieces cut. You're not going to have them cut. I'm going to send you the cardstock and the foil to do your own die cutting. But this is our cute little card. All right, so I've taken the time actually to stamp and die cut my tray, which is part of the dies that are included. And then I did real red piping. And then I did 3 little gingerbread men. And the other one's stuck in the envelope here. Hold on. There it is. 3 little gingerbread men. I'll have a little white bow tied for you. So you're going to be getting that white piece that we've been doing our stamping on. You're going to continue to use that white piece scrap to do all your stamping. All right. And then I have a 1/2-inch strip that's included in there for you to do your sentiment. Now, I have a piece of my thick basic white. So let's go ahead and get that card base made. Bring in my bone folder. I didn't score very good on this one. There we go. And then I have a 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 square again. I ran this through our plaid embossing folder, so I'll have that done for you. So you're going to have that on there. We're going to pull in, like I said, I wanted to bring that Snowflake Kisses stamp set in, just to show you this sentiments. I just love these sentiments. Again, it's not even Christmas, it's more winter. So this is something that we can use all the way through, like March even, because, you know, March is still kind of cold. All right, I'm going to use Lots of Love. So I'm going to take this. Lots of Love. We'll put it on my block here. Now I drop my stamp on my table, especially when it's more narrow, because sometimes it can twist and turn. So I'd rather have it in its natural state. I'm going to grab our 1/2-inch strip. We'll go ahead and stamp this. Doesn't matter where you stamp it. You're going to be trimming it down. So I'm just going to cut a little angle over here. You know what? I'm going to go this way this time. Angle over here. All right. Okay. Now that we have all that done, move this off and let's get assembling our card here. And we're going to take this and put this up on dimensionals. So make sure you have dimensionals. Add dimensionals to your order. You know, you can add this bundle to your order. And then I will send this class all cut, all assembled, all organized for you. Right to your door. Here we go. Do, 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 do. So Beth, how is Amy doing? I haven't heard from her. Is she working? All right, 1, 2. She told me she had some good news recently, so that's good to hear. And I do owe you a phone call. All right, so I'm going to put this right here. I'm just barely putting it at an angle. I've got my little bowl here. I'm going to go ahead and put it on a glue dot. And right before the live, my son calls, should I bring them by to trick or treat? You just told me you weren't. So I am trying to hurry because I'm going to see if he's still going to bring them by. They're really cute. They're minions. I'm going to try and see if I can get some good pictures. The pictures we originally got, he wasn't really paying a whole lot of attention when I was taking them, so they didn't turn out all that great. All right. So we've got our little piping, our little icing bag. So I'm going to put that right next to this. All right. We're going to take our rolling pin and our lots of love. So I'm changing it up from what I first did, so you can make this however you want. I just decided I was going to go this way with it. And this one, I'm just going to use some liquid glue. One, for the fact that this is kind of narrow to try and put adhesive on. But two, I'm also going over that really deeply, what's the word I'm trying to use? Embossing. All right, and this, I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to pop this up in dimensionals, but I'm going to take a little strip that I have because it's kind of narrow. So I'm just going to use this little strip, put it on the back, lift this up. All right. So do you like when and if you're watching the replay, feel free to comment on this as well. Do you like when I have everything cut like I did for this, cut and stamped and ready to go? Or would you rather see me stamp everything? You know, I kind of do a little bit of a mixture, but if folks want to just see me assemble the cards really quick, I can do that. So I'm just taking a glue dot onto my gingerbread men, dropping them on the cookie sheet. Now this is the card I said I was mixing and matching my, we're going to turn him this way. Mixing and matching my embellishments. All right. Here we go. We'll throw this one right here. Okay. Now let's grab our embellishments out. So I've got my peppermints and my delightful decorative dots. Say that once really fast. All right, so let's go ahead and take a couple of these. Now I used, because garden green was in all the other colors, I used this one. This is shaded spruce, so I sprinkled some of those on my card. So I just wanted a little bit different color. So I'm going to take one here. We'll put that one here. And we'll take a smaller one. And put it right up here. And I'll take let's see, we'll take another large one. Put it over here. Let's grab our little peppermints. And I'll put one right here. And, well, I'm going to use, I'm going to use that one over here. And then a tiny one right over here. All right. And you know what? I'm going to add a couple more just because I can. So I'm going to take this small one. I'm just having so much fun with these peppermints. I love them. This is one of my favorite embellishments. I'm so glad they brought them back this year. And you know what? I am going to actually put this one here, and we're going to move this one right onto my cookie sheet. All right. There we go. How cute is that? I think it's such a cute card, and it was pretty easy to do. It was pretty easy to get together. So especially if you do your stamping and your die cutting ahead of time, you can really get your cards cranked out. All right, so our last card here also uses our Christmas mix and match envelopes and envelopes and cards. Actually, I'm not even going to use the envelope, so your envelope, you get it. You can do it with what you want. I have my card base here, and then I have a piece of basic white. You're going to need to trim this one down. You're going to do 2 3x3 squares, but then you have a little bit extra for stamping. So let's get this trimmed down first. So I'm going to cut this to 3x3. My garden green is 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. That'll already be done for you. But I wanted to just leave this extra piece with you so you have a little bit of extra white to stamp with. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp on these pieces before I do anything else, because we're going to do our stamping and then we'll do our assembly. So, and this one opens up, kind of like the first one. This is a great one to put as maybe a gift card. Now this side is sealed, so you could actually put this right here and you could insert a gift card right there. So let's see, I just had a gift card on my table. Here we go. You could put a little gift card right in there. So I think that's how we're going to do it. I'm going to actually seal these sides up so that we can put a gift card in. You can even put it this way. All right, so let's go ahead. So we're going to be stamping our 2 pieces like this. But before we do that, actually we can do that. We'll do that now so I don't get my stuff all inky. All right. So first one we're stamping will be It's Beginning to Taste Like Christmas. So we've got our garden green here. Just going to need to grab my stamp set. This card is more stamping than anything. I felt because we were doing so much die cutting before that I didn't really need to do a lot more. Where is my other block? Oh, well, that was smart, Beth. Should have cleaned that one right away. I did not clean it, and it got all over one of my projects. How do you like that? Now, where is my cleaner? Well, where did it go? This table is not that big. I'm going to get all my stamps cleaned right away because I keep putting my cards off to the side, and all these stamps were still inked, getting all over my projects. Okay, we're going to use him. I'm not going to use that. And we're going to use that one. Okay. All right, garden green and our sentiment. I need another block. I'm not using that one, so we'll just put that one aside. And it's beginning to look like Christmas. Put that right there. Oh, it's beginning to taste like Christmas, not look. Okay, so my garden green. I'm going to center it right in the middle of my 3x3 square. Let's go ahead and clean that. I'm going to take my little Santa hat, which I haven't used yet, and we're going to stamp this one. So let me get this. There's my little Santa hat. So we're going to pull in our real red. Before I put my green away, I'm going to kind of multitask here. We're going to do our inside and outside. But this way, I can close that green pad and be done. I'm going to stamp my little oven mitt down here. I am going further to the right and off, pretty far off to the bottom there, because I want to make sure I can get my other sentiment on here. All right. So that one clean. We'll put that one away. And this one's clean. We can put it away. All right. Now I have available blocks. Okay. So next thing, we're going to take our little Santa hat, like I was saying. We're going to close our green here. Bring in our red. And the Santa hat's going to go up in the corner. Your choice on what corner you would like to put it. I'm going to put it right here. All right. Now there's one more piece that I used on here. What did I do? Where's my card? Where did I put my card? Oh, there it is. Right up in front. Okay. I do need my little Santa hat again. And I do need my scrap paper that I was cutting. I lied. We are going to be doing a little bit of die cutting. So I'm going to stamp my Santa hat here. All right, now I can clean that one. I'm going to die cut this one out, which I've actually already done. So I've done 2 of my die cuts here. So I've done the gingerbread man and my Santa hat. So that's already been die cut. We're going to go ahead and do real red for our candy cane. So I'm going to put one here. One over here. All right, I'm going to do one on here. Now I can clean that one. And I do need my sentiment. Tis the season for baking. I'm going to stamp that in real red. And when I do that, I'm going to stamp it as far over as I can and maybe move it up. Right there. And I'm not really concerned if my stamp was straight, to tell you the truth. Just because of the kind of layout of everything else, it's already wackadoodle, so we'll just leave it. All right. We're going to grab our pecan pie. We're going to stamp some gingerbread men randomly wherever you want to do it. I think I'll put that one right there. Okay. And then we're going to do one between the candy canes right there. All right. So now we got all our stamping done. We're going to get our card assembled. So in this little card kit as well, you have your garden green. So we're going to go ahead and put these pieces together just like that. We have a white circle and we should have a red circle. Where did it go? I have lost this circle like 4 times tonight. Here it is. So this is 1 7/8. This is 1 3/4. We're actually going to just be putting our little gingerbread man on there. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my liquid glue here. And I'm going to do this first. Just because I want to make sure this dries. Now this is going to be on the inside of your card. So you don't want it to... you don't want so much glue on it that it seals your card shut. All right. So let's do our take a pick tool here. Gee. And I'm just going to put him right here. Take the hat. Put it right, not there, right on top of him. Right on top. Just like that. I know, the hat's too big for him, but it's still cute. And then we'll take some glue here. Put a circle together. Probably should have waited till my red dried, and I didn't. Okay, let's go ahead and get these sealed. I don't know what it is about red, but it has a tendency to take longer to dry. Okay. All right, here we go. All right, so now that we have our stamping and our pieces all kind of assembled and put together here, I'm going to show you how to make the rest of this card. So this right here, we're going to take this and we're going to be scoring this at 4 1/4 inches on the long side. All right, make sure that's what my measurement was. I'm sorry, on the short side. So we're doing it on this side here. So we're going to 4 1/4. And move your cutting blade out of the way. And just go ahead and score that. And you really want to make sure that your scores are burnished really well. All right, now this card is already scored here in half, so you're going to go ahead and take that and get that. Going back over these other lines here. Now, in my original card, I actually cut a little slit over here. So, we're going to, because we're going to glue it down again, it just is kind of a little bulky, so I'm going to go ahead and just make that little cut. I feel it sits a little better when it closes. So I'm just cutting right down my score line, just like that. Now, on the left side, I'm going to go ahead and seal that closed. Just like so. I'm going to take this one and I'm just going to seal, put that right on top. I'm going to center that right on this side. Okay. On my front, I'm going to, I need to wrap my ribbon around, so my front will hold off on. Oh, did I do it? I stamped the same thing twice. No, here it is. I'm like, what did I do? All right, this is my front. Now, for the side that's going to be my holder, I really want a strong adhesive, so I recommend either using Seal Plus or liquid glue or tear and tape. I'm going to go ahead and just use my liquid glue. So I'm just doing a thin little bit right along the edge. This makes sure I have enough for whatever check, cash, gift card. All right, I'm just going to make sure I hold that down. All right. Now, I've got my little circle here, so I'm just going to put adhesive on the bottom part of my circle. Oh, that wasn't the bottom. Oh, well. It's going to have to be at a bit of an angle. All right. So that is the inside, and now you can stick your little gift card right inside here, just like that. All right, let's go ahead and finish our outside. So what you'll need is some sort of ribbon or twine or, you know, whatever you have. I'm going to use my twine again here, and I'm just going to tie a big loopy bow. And I did it with, my original sample is white woven thread, woven ribbon. I wasn't a fan of how it turned out, so that's why I'm changing it up here. So I'm going to tie this and just tie it in a bow. I tie a knot. Oh, I don't really want to tie a knot because people are going to untie it. So let me grab my tweezers again. Hold that in place. All right. And tie it. Okay. Pull that tweezers out. And we'll make our, oh, that didn't hold very well. All right. Having a really hard time picking up my ribbon. All right. So I'm going to make our bow a little smaller here by pulling on that if I can get it. All right. So I'm just moving that off to my side again. We're going to bring in 'Tis the Season for Baking. Oh, that's what's the inside. It's beginning to taste like Christmas. And I'm going to put this up on dimensionals. And I am going to put some dimensionals in the middle because I want it to grab hold of that baker's twine. And I know I'm just using my scraps here. There's enough scraps to go around here. All right. We'll get all this peeled off. Then we'll get our embellishments on it and we will be done. Come on. Come on, get off of there. Oh, come on. All right, I'm stabbing this thing like 100 times and it didn't want to come off. I'm going to just get an extra piece of... I just want to make sure my twine gets stuck on there. All right, so here we go. We've got this. Go ahead and put this right on the front. All right, just like that. We're going to grab our embellishments in. So now you pick and choose whatever embellishments you have to add. I'm going to go ahead and use I'm going to use a combination again. I'm going to use the, oh, let's see how these will look. Oh, I don't think so. I don't think it's going to look right. All right. Get on there. All right. I'm just going to use these. Even though it's shaded spruce, I'm still going to use them. So, and we'll do a peppermint and another little shaded spruce somewhere. You know what? We're going to put 2 of them right here. 1, 2. Okay, so I've got 4. I need 1 more. We'll do a large peppermint, maybe down here. Somewhere. I don't know. We'll just put it right there. All right. Let's bring back in our cards. So we have our little card holder here. Our lots of love. Our 'tis the season for baking. And then our little little gift card holder here with the slide out sentiment in there. So these are our cards for tonight. If you like these and would like to have a class kit sent to you, place a $35 order in my online store. I will provide the link out there. And yeah, sorry, just rambling here. It'll be in the video description or it'll be in the comments. You just have to look there for it. Or if you'd like to buy the class outright is $35 as well. But that you just pay and then I'll send you the kit. All right, so take care. Thanks so much for joining me. I appreciate it. Have a great weekend. And whatever you're doing, make sure you're having some fun. All right, we'll talk to you later.